Hey everyone, I am Travis Dean. If you guys don't know who I am Channon Rose's husband. If you guys don't know who Channon Rose is, she is a full-time YouTuber. Used to do porn. She was in the porn industry for 8+ years, and now she basically has been doing YouTube full-time and social media, influencing, marketing, all that stuff for many years now, and she is the mother of our daughter Snow. Today we are going to be going over what it's like to be married to Channon. I'm with her more than anybody, and I'm with her a lot. We obviously were married, so we live together. We work together, we do a lot of things together, that's just how our lifestyle is. So I really know her very well, and so I'm going to give you guys a little bit of an insight to all kind of like the information and the dirt, if you guys will, about her. So starting off with the good positive things about Channon, and we'll get into the bad and negative stuff later on, so hang around for that. But starting off with the good stuff, I think probably one thing that most people wouldn't know is she is a very creative and entrepreneurial type of person. Meaning she probably for a lot of people comes off a little bit maybe ditzy, maybe not knowing very much in the videos if she has and likes, but it sometimes I think gives the impression that she's not really maybe that smart or something, when in fact the opposite is true. So sometimes her grammar might be off, or she grew up in the valley, kind of like a valley girl, and stuff like that. But behind all that, some of the grammar stuff, there's a very creative entrepreneurial type of person. So when she was in the porn industry, she was rising up extremely fast, and she was basically on track to be winning all kinds of awards and everything else, but she was in and out of the industry frequently. Even when she was in it, she would be in it and then she'd go out, and then she'd be in and she'd be out. So she was really committed to being one of the best out there in that industry, and that's kind of how she basically does everything. Whatever job or work or different things that she's doing or working on, she's very creative, and she basically runs her own business. So she has her own business, actually multiple businesses under her business, but basically there's so many different aspects of it. And so a lot of people sometimes think oh, it's just a YouTube, it's just exactly what I see. So someone just turns on the camera and then they upload it, and it's as simple as that. It's not as simple as that. You can make it something simple like that. You could just shoot a quick video with your phone and stuff, but that's not the case. So when you start to really get involved and it's your business, you end up doing a lot of work, and a lot of people don't understand that. So she's always thinking of the next thing. Another thing that you guys may or may not know is she's not a shit talker and I'm behind someone's back and everything. She's a very open book, and she portrays that in all of her videos and stuff. She's very open and honest, probably more open and honest about stuff than anybody that I know of on YouTube. And just in general, she's just a very open, honest person. It's hey, this is what it is, this is what's going on. Just in general, a lot of people are involved with a lot of personal stuff where they're always talking about somebody else and worried about someone else and jealous of someone else and talking behind their back and all these different things, and that's not Channon at all. Another thing along those same lines is that living in LA and being in LA, everybody's very cutthroat. It's just a very selfish kind of area, very cutthroat. It's oh, are you too similar to my brand? Are you about my age or about my height or weight or look or family status or whatever the case is? I don't want to help you out too much or whatever, because I don't want you taking my spotlight. I don't want you taking my brand. I don't want you taking my business or whatever else. And Shannon's the opposite. If anything, she understands the importance of collaborating with people and working with like-minded people. And she is not one to be that person of oh, I don't want to help this person out, or I don't want to be associated with that person because I don't want them taking business away from me, and it's too much competition and stuff like that. She's the opposite. She's like happy for other people that are doing stuff, and it's like she sees other people when they're doing well, she sees that as motivation. Like, wow, look what they're doing, and I can be able to do that. Not like, you know, fuck that person, I can't believe that they're doing that, and then they got that and I didn't, and blah. She's not like that at all. Another thing is, you know, a lot of our videos, they may be anywhere from like 10 to 20 minutes, but you talk about 10 minutes or 20 minutes out of a 24-hour day. And so when I say this, like, I'm talking about Shannon's a really, really good mom, and I told Channon this basically like right away after we had snow. Like, I always thought that she'd be a good mom, and once we had snow and I saw how she was with her and interacted with her, I was blown away. And I told Channon, I said, you are a much better mom than I expected. And I told her that in a positive way, because it sounds bad, like, oh, did you think I was gonna be a bad mom? And then I was okay. No, I was like, I thought you were gonna be a good mom, but you're actually a great mom, and way more motherly and loving and stuff than I could have imagined. And it wasn't just a Channon thing. This would have been my idea or whatever from anybody. Like, I had in my mind what a good mom would do and how they are just across the board. And Channon was like up here, and I was like, wow, like, this is kind of what I expected, and it's way up here. So I was like, I'm obviously pleasantly surprised and like super happy and excited about that, because Snow's our daughter. I love her to death, and she's, you know, my world. And to know that Channon is helpful and an amazing mom, it makes it even better, and it makes me like super happy and excited about that. And then honestly, like a couple of the last little things, maybe they're a little bit selfish on my end, but you know, she's good in bed and she does anal, so you know, it's a win-win situation. Okay, so now on to some of the bad or kind of the negative things. Living with Channon, being married to Channon, being around Channon all the time. The one thing that I would say that's a negative thing is stability in general, and her kind of mental stability. When she's in a bad mood and she's not feeling well or something like that, it's a shit show, and it's like really bad news. I like predictability, I like schedule, I like consistency and everything else, and sometimes there are a lot of days when that's just the opposite. Like, she is a freaking nightmare. She will just get very angry, very upset. I mean, like the flip of a switch. She may just flip out for like no reason, especially if she's not like already kind of having a bad day. One little tiny thing will just flip her like off the edge. There was one time when she's already kind of like in a bad mood, and she asked me to make her a burrito, just a microwave burrito, and I'm like, okay, I'll make you a microwave burrito. And I put the burrito in the microwave. It's a fucking microwave, so microwaves cook like shit. One area could be scalding hot and the next area is like freezing cold. So anyways, heated up, gave it to her, she cut into it, and it was like frozen. She immediately got pissed, threw the entire like burrito with the plate like across the whole living room, dining room area right at me. And she used to play softball, so like it was like going right for my head. Hit the wall, smashed in and dented in like literally the drywall. Burrito all over the place. It's like those kinds of things. Over a frozen part of your burrito, are you fucking serious? That's definitely a negative. The second thing is, you guys may or may not know, but she is a very black and white person, which is opposite of me. I think there's a lot of like middle ground, but she is all or nothing. And that's like with everything, like friends, family, work, business, fun, blah, 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 like whatever. It's all or it's nothing. Nothing is just like a little bit. I think in life that doesn't always really work personally. And so that's very difficult to deal with. It's just like, I'm always kind of battling, like, you know, it's not just this or that. There's a lot of middle ground here. So that's definitely like not a positive in my opinion. The other thing is like kind of a positive, but then kind of a negative, is she is very, very loyal to a fault, but the flip side of that is like, don't mess with her, or don't fuck her over, or don't like piss her off in doing something like shitty. I don't mean just like, oh, you know, didn't microwave a burrito and it pissed her off. I don't mean that. I just mean like, you know, she's very loyal and stuff like that, but if you screw something up like kind of major, or really kind of like fuck her over, like that's it, like you're fucking out. like out. It's fairly rare that you're going to be making a comeback if you really fuck her over, kind of thing. And it's even if you're like, I'm sorry, I apologize and stuff, it's like, yeah, I don't think so. That's, I think, kind of a negative, but I mean, there's like a positive kind of trait in there as well too. So with that said, you really don't want her as your enemy, because she will come after you, and it may not be right away or something like that, but she will end up really fucking you over big time, especially if you really do her wrong. I've seen lawsuits. I've just seen a lot of shit go down from stuff like that, and people messing with her business across the board, messing with me, family, friends, messing with her business. You don't want to fuck like with that. Like I said, that goes into like the loyalty part. So on the loyalty, on the good side, it's like a positive thing, but if you're on the flip side of that, like it's a fucking bad thing. It's bad news for you. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed some of those things. If you guys want more kind of sit down videos like this, like kind of in my jams, I'm in my snow jams, or snowflake jams, I guess. But if you guys want more videos like this, put it in the comments below, say hi. Once again, thank you guys for watching and subscribing and liking and commenting and all those awesome things that you guys do to help keep us going and support this channel and everything else. And I want to say goodbye, and that we love you guys very much. Okay, see ya.